up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Super Gamer Boys. I'm your host and captain and dad, Garrett Morlang. And here in the virtual studio with me is the king of video games, Adrian Holmes. How's it
What's
going?
going on? Doing all right, man. How about yourself? Another day.
Doing good. I mean, as good as I can on a Monday.
I mean, you got some news to share, don't you, though?
Oh, do I have news?
A certain development happened for you.
First of all, have you seen this?
No, when did you get that?
So
a Metal Gear sweatshirt? Where from?
From Fan Gamer. Look at this.
Is this a new line that they're doing, or they just
So I think they had it before on there, and then it was out of stock for a long time. And then they just it came back in stock around my birthday, and my parents got it for me. But it came like super late. It just came like a day or two ago.
Worth the wait. That looks sick.
Like, I love it so much. It's so soft inside, and it's my favorite thing of all time. That paired with, I literally, what was it, Saturday or Sunday, I wore this with my Bridges hat, and I just felt
Kojima would be proud.
I was like, I can't get any more Kojima out. I need to, unless I got like some socks or something. I wouldn't be surprised if on their website, on the merch site, they have socks or something. I don't know.
You got to get a Zone of the Enders, like, yeah, I don't know, basketball shorts or something.
That's a game of Kojima's. Now, well, he didn't direct it. He like produced it, right? Or did he direct one?
No, it's a Hideo Kojima game.
I have not
it's
played
based
Zone of
on
Enders, yeah.
It's based on an anime, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It's somehow tied in with an anime.
Okay.
But
I've heard of it.
he headed that one up.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've
does
heard
his
of
weird
it.
little projects.
I've even played, I think on PS4 there's a demo, because they just recently remastered one of them, right?
Mm-hmm. That one, I think they did.
And so, yeah, but maybe I'll give it a shot. If I'm gonna be a real Kojima fan, I gotta play everything of his, right?
He did give us Boktai, an absolute classic. Let's not forget about that. That's the Game Boy Advance game where you have to use the sun.
Yes, I do remember you talking. Like, I was in that news story. I wish there was a way I could get my hands on that. I wish I had a Game Boy Advance. And
yeah, good luck. You know how much those cards cost? I had one in my hands as a youngin', right there, not knowing, hey, in 10, 15 years, this game is going to be worth an absurd amount of money.
Oh, man. Yeah, we were very dumb when we were young. Just like me and my binders full of Pokemon cards that would probably be worth, thousands of dollars now.
But you got the memories, though. That's more important than actually having the thing. To me.
No,
it is.
Yeah, it is. It may be, it's having the memories are better, but having the money would be nice.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's okay. I'm looking online right now. You can't get it for less than $100.
Oh, yeah. Never mind.
Granted, it's a banger. Don't get me wrong, but $100 is a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
Here's the real new development. That's right.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Your boy finally got the PS5 in the mail. I literally put out a poll on Thursday or Friday, and it's like, how much, like, who thinks, I'm actually going to get this PS5? Like, is it actually coming, or is it going to be delayed, or is Walmart going to cancel my order? Because I started seeing people pop that up, like, hey, Walmart's canceling orders, like, and I guess every time they do pre-orders, they do that. So I'm like, well, here it comes. I'm going to get the email, and they're going to be like, nah, screw you, dude. Like, no PS5 for you.
I don't know. I mean, I guess you're one of the lucky ones, because I know a lot of people have been getting jerked around with their orders.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, okay, here it goes. Like, at that point, I had a week left. Yeah, it must have been for Thursday, because it was exactly a week. I'm like, okay, I have a week left. Well, Friday night, I went to bed still with no update, no news, no nothing. When I woke up Saturday morning, I had an email saying your order's on its way. And I'm like, it's supposed to be delivered today. I'm like, as of last night, it didn't exist. How is it almost to my house this morning? That doesn't make sense. I looked at the tracking, and sure enough, somewhere in San Diego, they must have found one in the corner of a warehouse. They literally slapped the label on it.
They found a PlayStation 5 in the corner of a warehouse, Garrett.
It doesn't make that's where it originated. It just appeared, like, because normally it'll originate from, like, it'll even say like Japan, or
they were just like the hottest
like
technology product in existence right now. Oh, we just happen to find one in the back somewhere.
I'm just saying, other things I've ordered, usually, especially from Walmart, it'll originate from another state. This one literally just said, label created in San Diego, boom, and it was on a truck to be delivered within a few hours. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. This is a Christmas miracle. Like, you have no idea how stoked I was. Of course, we were going out. We had plans that day. We were going out and doing stuff. And I'm like,
canceled.
Oh my gosh.
All canceled. All canceled.
Gosh.
Whatever we were doing, done. Forget about it.
Well, at first I'm like, nah, it'll be fine. And then I saw on the tracking, like, signature required. I'm like, no way.
Nope.
No. No.
Sorry, whoever I was doing stuff with, they're gonna have to get mad at me. Yeah. We can do it another day. I'm not missing that delivery.
No, what I ended up doing though, where I live, I live with my some family, my brother-in-law Toby, actually, and he was just like, "Don't worry about it. I'm here all day. I'll sign for you." I'm like, "You better. If you miss it, I'll never forgive you. I'll disown you as family." But sure,
your
apparently
producing days are over.
Yeah, your producing days are done for. Apparently the guy didn't even like ask for a signature though. Like I looked at the tracking.
Oh,
it
great.
says signed,
fantastic.
It said signed by Garrett Morlang, and I looked at the camera at the front door. I'm like, oh, maybe Toby just signed it under my name. No,
and
the
some
guy
living across the street watched the delivery guy come, and he comes running across. Hey, I'm Garrett Morlang.
Yeah, right. But the guy on the camera, I'm looking at our security cam. He literally just like comes over, throws it at the front door, jumps back in his van, and just like drives away. It's like he signed for me, I guess. I don't know. Either way,
that's been happening a lot, just because a lot of delivery people can't meet their quotas, so they sign and end up taking it later, or they don't at all. But
I'm just glad that it got left. You know, I would have been even more bummed if he was like, well, don't see anyone around. I'm just going to take it with me. Like, that would have sucked. So I'm glad I'd rather him do that than, sign for me and leave it than take it with him. And then I have to hunt it down through the mail system, because that's the
You'll
worst.
never find it then. You might as well. No.
Yeah. There was only one time, actually, it was my old office chair that I had. I had to hunt it down through the mail system. And I thought it was a lost cause. And then Amazon even sent me a replacement. And then the old one ended up showing up. Like, they did find it. And then I had two of them. I'm like, whoa, baller.
Just put it away. Like, if you ever need it, it's there.
Yep, it's there. Got a couple of them there.
I never get that lucky. Not ever. I've seen posts on Reddit where people are like, "Oh, I only ordered this, and I ended up getting two Xbox 360s from Amazon."
That was Boba Fletch. Boba Fletch got two PS5s from Walmart. They messed that up.
How, man?
They lost his first one.
Why am I never that
FedEx
lucky?
lost his first one. Walmart sent him a new one, and then FedEx found the old one and sent it to him. He had two PS5s. I'm like, you kidding me?
I would have taken that second one to the grave. I would have just nope. It doesn't exist. As far as Walmart and FedEx are concerned, it's been lost.
Oh, that I think he reached out to him. That's even what they said. They're just like, no, it's whatever. Just forget about it. And like, so he kept them. He didn't have to return either of them.
I would have done the same thing. Shoot,
like it would have cost
them
them
PS5 right there.
It would have cost him so much. I mean, this thing weighs so much. It would have cost him so much to ship that back. He would probably just screw it. Like, forget about it.
That's why a lot of those big chains do that. Is because it costs more overall for them to get it back with all the litigation and postage and shipping. They're like, man, just cut your losses. Here, you can have it.
Just keep it.
But I never get that lucky. I never have once been that lucky.
It's coming. Your day's coming. I know it. I can feel it. Oh, man. So I've been having a blast this week. I'm playing some PS5. I'll talk more about it later in the show or what you're playing. But today, we're going to be talking about Halo Infinite's new campaign trailer. That's right.
Woo!
Just fresh this morning. Splinter Cell's possible return? ? We hear this one a lot. We'll see. God of War getting new life on the PC, and how good the GTA Trilogy is looking. That's what we're going to be talking about too. But first, let's give a quick shout out to our Patreon producers. We have Toby Dalton and Caleb Kajoma. No, Quote Joma. Sorry, his name is Quote Joma now.
Thank you.
Toby and Quote Joma, we appreciate you. And also our Super Gamer sponsors, Bill Bird, Julie Bates, Brent Fox, and Mama Mare. Appreciate all of you who support us over at Patreon, those we named and those we didn't. There's more in the show notes below. And also, if you support us at the $1 above level, your name's not anywhere except for on my heart right here. I keep it close. Keep it close.
And viewers like you. Thank you.
Viewers like you. If you want to be awesome, just like our Patreon supporters, go to patreon.com/supergamerboys, where you can support us starting at just $1 a month, and you get episodes early and ad-free, such as this one, or our Super Gamer Book Club. You can get that 2 months early. This month's episode that came out the beginning of the month, it's always the first Friday of the month, Little Nightmares with Raider Rat. Fantastic. So much fun to record that one. That was all 4 of us. So Adrian, me, JJ, joined by our guest Ray. And then next month's, so coming out next Friday, because it's, again, first Friday of every month. Cadence of Hyrule is the game with Trouser Schnauzer from twitch.tv/Trouser Schnauzer. Is that just what he goes by online? He doesn't have we don't know his actual name, right? I don't even know his real name. Is that bad? Is that good? Or you just go by Trouser?
I think it's fine. I just call him Trouse. I've only ever called him Trouse, so.
Okay. That's what I've always called him, like Trouse, but it's just like, I don't know, is there
I don't even know if he wants his real name out there, so I'm not even going to bother trying to find it.
True.
So.
That's true. True. But yeah, so I'm excited for that one. Cadence Hyrule. Really fun game. It's going to be fun. We're going to be recording that tomorrow night, so it'll be fun to talk about that fun little short game. Surprisingly short. Really fun, though. But we'll talk more about our Patreon later. Now, it's time to check that mailbag.
Mailbag. Yeah, I remember the old
Blue's Clues throwback there for you?
No, I know. Trust me. The Blue's Clues is back in full effect after that stunt that they did a little while ago.
Oh, man.
Let me see.
That made me tear up, dude.
Oh,
freaking!
Don't get me started.
Steve getting in there and being like, "Hey, I see you. And I'm like, Steve, you do see me.
I needed disclosure. I needed it.
Oh my gosh.
Let me see. I'll just do it the easy way. I'll open up this here, this nice keyhole. I'll open up this keyhole.
Oh, shoot. Interdimensional mailbag. Okay.
With my keyblade.
Okay. Whoa. And thank you, I guess.
All right.
Now, how do I close this thing?
Don't worry. I got it. You just go on with the mailbag. I'll close it. Just
okay. I'm just thinking, like, it's still like, what else is going to come through that door? What other dimensions did you open up?
Can I lock it, please?
Okay.
This takes some concentration. I had to go to school for this. Mickey Mouse taught me everything I know. All right.
Okay. I'll be quiet.
All right. It's good. We're good. It's closed.
It's still open on my side. Is that bad?
Okay,
should I get out? Should I leave?
Just don't go into it, or else you'll get lost for 10 years in the land of darkness. You don't want to do that. Don't go into it.
Okay. Sounds good. As long as Donald,
put a blanket over it.
As long as Donald shows up here sooner or later, that'd be fun. Just rocking with Donald over here. First question of the mailbag comes from Normcore Eddie, and he asks, what is a game that you've never played that people give you an immense amount of crap for never playing? Mine is the Resident Evil series. So not just Resident Evil series. And it says in parentheses, sees himself out. So he feels very ashamed that he has not played any of the Resident Evil games. But what about you? Is there any game that you get a ton of crap for not playing?
This is a tough one.
I feel like I have a huge list. Like I could probably sit here all night just naming all the things I get crap for not playing.
What's your biggest one? What's your one that will make people clutch their pearls? Oh my God. You got to have something. You're noodling too much. You're going through a Rolodex right now.
So it depends on who I'm talking to. So, if I'm talking to you, it's Kingdom Hearts, Kingdom Hearts. But,
I felt that coming, but I'm going to let it go.
I mean, okay, I played the original, but like anything else I've never touched. So, no, it's honestly, okay, here we go. So I'll do this in reverse, not what I haven't played, but what I have played of this series. And that's because the list is a lot shorter on what I have played. I've only played Ocarina of Time and Breath of the Wild. I've never touched any of the other Zelda games.
Hang on. I gotta reboot. Do 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 do. Because I had a blue screen right there, what you just told me.
I'm sorry. Okay, I played the first hour of Skyward Sword because of the HD remaster came to Switch. But yeah, other than
you didn't
that,
even finish Skyward. You were hyped for that one. What happened?
I got super into it. I loved the first. I played more than maybe a couple hours, and then what game came out the same time? Then there's another Switch game that I dove into. And
WarioWare was a couple of weeks after that.
I'd have to look it up. But yeah, there was some other game that came out on the same time, and I was like, ooh, shiny, and I went and played and beat that one, and then I've been struggling to get back on track with Skyward Sword. So,
well, you're not that far. You might just start over.
Yeah, but yeah. So out of all the hundreds of games there are in the Zelda series, I've beat Ocarina of Time, and then even Breath of the Wild I never finished. I don't know. You can look at my Switch profile, like tens and tens and tens and tens of hours, and still didn't beat it because I like all the side quests and exploring. So yeah,
shoot, man,
that's a series. Everyone's always like, you haven't played Majora's Mask, you haven't played Spirit Trap or whatever. I don't know. Like, I'm just naming random ones off that I've heard of people. I don't even know half of them.
You haven't played the CDI games?
I don't even know half the names of them because I just don't know them. I've never played them. So
no Oracle of Seasons, no Link's Awakening, no...
None of it. I really wanted to try the Link's Awakening remake when that came out. I was super stoked about it because I never played the original. So I'm like, okay, I gotta get my hands on it. Still haven't. I've just been dragging my feet on that one. I don't know why, but
it's so good.
Sorry.
A game that people give me crap for not playing. That's the thing. I don't really know. Are we talking just real life or in general? I mean, like, when I say in general, I mean like on the internet or here on the podcast only, or are we talking about people I actually know outside of this realm? Or
that's why it was hard for me to answer. Like, that's why I even gave two answers. Like, okay, if I'm talking to you, you're upset because I don't like it, because I don't play Kingdom Hearts. Everyone else would be upset because I don't play Legend of Zelda, or even GTA is another one. I've only, my only experience in GTA is GTA 5 going to the casino for a couple hours. Like, I
still cannot believe that.
I've never played any of the Grand Theft Auto
GTA
games.
5 game
It was free. No. I didn't buy it. It was free on Epic Game Store. I got it for free.
Okay. And he's like, nah, that expansive story, I'll get to that right after I get out of the casino.
Right after I blow all my money in the casino.
I don't know, man. It's tough. I don't really get crap for finishing or for not playing games. I think my variety is wild. Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, that
I have crappy friends who just make fun of me for everything.
My variety is so vast, I guess, in the things that I play that I cover most of the big things that most people play. Like, I've played them, your Resident Evils, your Call of Duties. Mm-hmm. I guess that would be my big one recently, would be any Call of Duty that came out after after the end of the Modern Warfare trilogy. I have not played.
Okay. Interesting. There's some really good stories. There's some really good stories in there. That was my
big... Well, the Modern Warfare trilogy was my big Call of Duty send-off. Like, that was me, when you had to say goodbye to Soap and everybody in the last game, that's when I was like, all right, Call of Duty, you've done it.
This is it.
I've experienced it. So that would probably be my big thing.
Okay. Man, that's a good one. Let's see. Next question comes from Sir Prince-A-Lot, and he asks, let's say Pokemon are real. Who would you pick to be the most practical companion? Who would you want to be your sidekick in everyday life here if you had a Pokemon to choose?
We were talking about this, and I think I'm going to change my answer. That's because I said Growlithe before.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to change it to Arcanine.
No, explain, because the question is like to be a practical companion. Like, what do you use an Arcanine for in your day-to-day
Anything
life?
You would use an actual dog for. It's just a huge, super fast, super strong dog.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. I guess in my head, I'm thinking
that can breathe
more,
fire.
Yeah. Okay. I took the question as more like utility. Like,
Oh, see, when I think companion, that's what I think. I think like
that's true.
Dog, cat.
I glazed over companion, just went right to practical. So for me, I was just like, oh, I want any flying Pokemon, but I picked Lugia, like a Lugia, like so I could fly around and go places. Is that
practical though? Are you going to be able to go into any building with a Lugia? That's not like a sports arena or a Walmart.
I mean, I could just keep my Pokeball when I go in a building, but when I'm out and about,
but then it's not practical. How can you use him if he's in the Pokeball?
He's practical in the sense that like I can see I think we have different terms of practical. We have different terms for practical. You're thinking practical as in like it's practical to take him places. I'm thinking practical like he's like I said, utility. He's useful to me. Like Lugia would be extremely practical and useful to me because I can go and visit my family in New York and not pay $2,100 in plane tickets.
I mean, Arcanine is the same way though. It's one of the fastest land Pokemon. Like he's faster than a plane. I can't remember the top speed.
No, Arcanine's not faster than a plane.
You want to bet?
Are you kidding me?
You want to bet?
Oh,
hold on. Arcanine top speed. Watch this.
Yeah, but can I fit a family of 4 on there? Lugia's a big old bird. Lugia's a big dragon bird thing.
Let's see.
Let me see.
Arcanine is capable of running 6,200 miles in 24 hours.
That's a long time, though. 24 hours?
6,200 miles? What does that average out to what? About 280 miles an hour?
We're going to Google Maps. Google, how far away is New York? Because that's like I said, that's what matters to me is getting to New York. Okay, so from where I live to New York, how many miles is it?
I think it's probably about what, 5,000? It's gotta no. There's no way.
It's 2,660. So it's about 2,500 miles. So now we have to do math here. How many miles per hour? Oh wait, yeah. How do you do that? So how many miles per hour can you run? If you can do in 24 hours.
Okay. Right? No, Toby says Arcanine can do 250. So
is that what it is? Is that the math there?
I think it. Let me see. Let me do a Google. Let me finish my Google. Let's see.
We're breaking out the math here.
Okay, yeah, it looks like 250 to 260.
Okay, 2,500 divided by...
So I can get from here to New York...
260. So it'd take me...
By
it'd
land
still take
about,
nine and a half hours. It's still a long time.
I don't know, man. I like...
How fast does Lugia go?
Lugia flies, though.
Exactly. Which is awesome. Not only is it faster, I'm sure, but it's way
how
cooler.
How are you gonna stay on a Lugia? Like I can put a saddle on Arcanine.
I can make a big old bench saddle for Lugia too. You don't know me. I'll craft something. I'll break out my carpentry tools and strap something to its back. I don't know.
Also, what if? Let me see. Arcanine.
Apparently, no one knows how fast a Lugia flies. I type in how fast is Lugia in miles per hour, and it just says nothing. There's nothing. Absolutely nothing.
I mean, Arcanine is technically a pseudo legendary. I'm gonna just put that out there right now. I don't know if you knew that, but
yeah, easy peasy. I've caught him many times. Apparently, wait, what?
What?
Let's see.
What?
Oh no, never mind. I thought I read something that a Pidgeot can fly a Mach 2.
Yeah,
I don't think that's.
You're gonna break your neck doing that.
I don't think that's true either. And I'm not gonna fit. I won't fit on a Pidgeot. This is like a little pigeon, little bird. Yeah, I don't know. I think I would keep my choice. I'd rather be able to fly somewhere with that thing. It'd be so sick.
No way, man. I'm good with what I got.
Okay.
Me and Arcanine we're solid.
That's fine. I mean, if I want it as a companion now to answer that part of the question, of course I'm going with a Pikachu. Pikachus are awesome.
Yeah, that's not a bad choice.
Like I'm just going the classic. Like they're so as long as you don't get one with attitude. Like they're cuddly, cozy, nice, cute, funny. They're small. But if I'm looking for practical utility, definitely want to fly with the Lugia. All right.
I'm just saying, man.
Just saying, Arcanine. I don't.
All right, all right. What?
I don't know, but the Arcanine.
Just say it.
Yeah, it goes 260 miles an hour, but that's like if it's a straight flat shot. Like, what if there's hills? What if it's off-road terrain? What if there's trees? So now we're looking at like at least an 11-hour trip. It's going to take 11 hours.
I feel like it can't be any worse than taking, I don't know, what else, what mode of transportation besides a plane goes over 260 miles an hour? I'm still the fastest.
Do trains go that fast?
I don't think so. That's what I'm saying. So
how fast do trains go?
I don't think trains go that fast.
High-speed trains can generally reach...
That's bullet trains. You know what I'm talking about. Just regular passenger trains.
It's in kilometers. It tricked me. It's 300 to 350 kilometers, but it's only 190 to 220 miles per hour. So it's still
exactly. So I'm the fastest thing on land. Okay. I'm faster than most sports cars. I'm faster than, because I think the Bugatti tops out at 255. So
I just imagine you racing a Bugatti.
And Arcanine would win. If it's a straight shot, Arcanine's winning.
That would be so awesome to watch. Just Arcanine versus a Bugatti.
But that's what I'm saying is even if it takes me longer to get to New York than you, I still am the fastest. I'm on the fastest thing on land. And I could probably, Arcanine is so strong, he could carry me easily and all our stuff. So come on now. I think he's what, 10 feet long, 12 feet long, something like that. However you measure a dog.
For my family, I need at least 2 of them then.
12 feet, I said, Gary, not.
I know, but like with the saddle and everything, like I'm sitting in front, one of my kids is behind me, my wife's on one in the front, a kid's behind.
It's 6 feet 3 inches tall, and it weighs 341 pounds.
I think a family of 4 might push it over the edge. I wouldn't want to hurt it. That's the thing. Like if it has weight, it might not be able to go top speed. Think about that.
Oh,
so if
fair
I have
point, fair point,
so if I have 2 and distribute the weight, I still might not hit top speed, but I'll be closer.
Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking about if it's just me. Fair point.
Yeah. I got to think about my kids, or me and my wife on one, kids on the other.
There it is.
Just tell the Arcanine, hey.
No, you got to split it up.
You go wherever you want to go. If the kids get lost.
If you put both your kids on the Arcanine, it's not going to feel like anything. He's going to go top speed. You can't do that. You got to split it up. Right. He's out of here.
Whoa. Get back here with those kids. All right, next question here comes from Shadow Ranger 02, and he asked, if you guys were given unlimited funds, time, and resources to commit to one new hobby, which one would it be and why? So,
a new hobby.
When I first read this question, I didn't see the new part, and I was like, this podcast?
This
is like dump everything into this? But once I was like, okay, it has to be something new that I haven't done before. I would love to. I think it'd be so much fun to be like a race car driver.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like to have like a. I don't know. I don't know what type necessarily. Like stock car would be fun to an extent, but I think like road track type thing, like Le Mans, that type of thing. I think it'd be like basically Gran Turismo. Like to do that as a hobby, imagine that having like unlimited time and money, just like have the best car.
I was gonna say the best cars, unlimited practice time, the best driving instructors, the best team.
It'd be so much fun. That'd be so fun. I can't wait for Gran Turismo to come out now on PS5. Oh man, it's gonna be. I can't wait.
You got to get the wheel. You got to get the whole kit and caboodle.
Oh man, yes I do. What about you?
I think glass making would be pretty fun. I know it's kind of out there, but I saw it when I was in Italy. We got to go to a glass making shop, or there was a town out there that's really well known for its like sculptures and things like that made out of glass. And I was like, man, that's really cool because they take that molten ball of glass and they just shape it and sculpt it into pretty much anything, whatever they want it to be. Yeah. And they incorporate different color ones, and it comes out and it looks amazing. I don't know. Just something about it.
Yeah, glass blowing's so cool. So where I grew up in New York, it's not far from Corning, which is where like Corning glass, like a lot of dishware
Gorilla
and stuff you
Glass.
buy is from. Yeah. So, and they have the Corning Museum there at near in the area because they have the factory there. And then I went to the museum and they kind of show like how they do it. And dude, yeah, it's incredible like how they and obviously now it's like they use machinery and stuff like that. But at the museum they have a guy who actually does it like still like by hand with his mouth, like he gets on the end of the big pipe and blowing into it makes this big like vase and stuff. Like what the heck? Like it's just like blowing like bubble gum, but it's and then it does when it cools off, it's glass. It's like
Yeah,
what? How is
straight
that
up.
possible? It's so bizarre. But yeah, that would be really cool. I have a cousin actually who does I think he does like glass jewelry and stuff like that. I don't know how he does it. If he like actually like melts it and does that, but I don't know. He does that as like a little side business. So there you go.
That'd be
Adrian.
so.
You could do it.
Yeah,
You could
like
do it.
life size, sculptures of people or something like that. That'd be
Dude.
awesome.
That'd be sick. All right. Last question here comes from Quote Joma, and he asks, "What is a secret skill you have?"
This one you said, and I was trying to noodle on it for a little while, and it's really tough because I don't really think about everything that I can do often. I don't know.
Well, here's my answer. Yeah, here's my answer to you, Quote Joma. If I told you, it wouldn't be a secret skill anymore. So, there.
Oh my God, what a cop out. No.
What do you mean a cop out? It's true.
You just can't think of nothing. Just say you can't think of nothing.
If I said what it is, it wouldn't be a secret
it wouldn't be
anymore.
a secret anymore. Trying to save face. This guy.
Oh, geez. I'm afraid to say anything because then someone's gonna be like, "Well, prove it." It's like,
all right, I got one.
So,
I make a mean banana pudding.
ooh, dude.
I'll give you that one.
I would love you to prove that because I love like good like banana pudding, banana cream pie, that type of stuff. So good.
Yep.
I am extremely good at. This is very, very specific, but I feel like it qualifies as a secret skill because not very many people know about it. I used to work at a car dealership as a lot attendant on the lot, and I detailed cars and all sorts of stuff, but I was mainly like fixing the lot to make it look nice for customers. I am friggin' expert at parking and driving in reverse. I'm literally Mater. I could drive around that entire parking lot in reverse, no problems. Like,
I just see you
speed,
looking out
just
the window while you're doing it. Woo!
Yeah, get her.
Cause I wish we had people who like were really good at busting out quick doodles. I just want to see somebody do a sketch of you just like looking out the window of a car and you're turning.
Here I come. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. I'm coming. I was oh man, it was so much fun though. Yeah, I love flying around there and yeah, in tight spots like parking cars and extremely to the point where like okay, I can't even like open the doors. I gotta like climb out through the trunk and stuff like that. Oh dude, I was really good at it. I loved it.
Now that's backing up.
I really enjoy that job.
How are you at parallel?
Wow.
Oh.
if there's a backup camera in the car,
oh, that's cheating.
I'm great at it. If there's not, forget about it. I'll drive on the parking lot 30 times. I didn't say I was great. Like
that's fair. You did say backup. You did say reverse.
I said reverse. I mean, any type of parking or just in driving in reverse, but parallel parking specifically. Not so much. But is it anyone's bag? I mean, there's a reason Ford has the technology where you just press a button and it does it automatically for you now, There's a reason that technology exists.
I'm not too bad, but I was raised in a family of truck drivers, so I should know how to parallel park something.
Oh, man. when I was getting my license for the first time, that's always part of the test. Like, okay, parallel park here. I driving around the block. She's like, okay, parallel park right over here. And I started going, and I was actually doing really good because I'd practiced it a ton. I'm like, okay, I got this. This is great. I got this, easy peasy. I'm backing up, pulling in, and as I was going up, I barely just like gunk bumped the curb just a hair. And in our area, I don't know how it is in different areas around the U.S., but I know in our area in New York, it's an automatic fail generally. Like you brush the curb and you're done. She looked at me. She's like, "Go ahead and do a lap around the block and try one more time." And I was just like, I was just immediately like sweating. Like I'm sure if I looked in the mirror, it's just like beads of sweat. Chance. And she gave me a second. She was horrible the entire time. Like she was really a jerk. And then like when that happened, she kind of was like, took a breath. She's like, kind of looked around.
Wow.
Do one more lap. Try it again. I'm like, okay.
So this was a SpongeBob Mrs. Puff situation going on right now.
100%. And I nailed it the second time. The second time I like did it perfectly, and she's like over there writing on her clipboard, and I was scared to death. I was like, she wouldn't talk to me either the whole time. She's just like doing her thing over there, like writing all these notes. And she's like, okay, let's go back. And I'm like driving. And she
what do we do next, Garrett?
She gets out of the car. When we get back to the DMV, she hands me the paper. She's like, all right, you have a good day. I'm like, did I pass? She's like, yeah, of course you did. I'm like, okay.
Well, then why were you acting like I did?
Like she was like acting so straight and just like so like serious. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, I don't know what this piece of paper down. And she's like, oh no, yeah, that's your temporary until you get the full one in the mail. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I was dying inside.
You could have said that before we got out the car. You know that.
She was playing with me so hard. I hated it, but I was like, at least I got my dang license. It felt good. But yeah, so don't make me parallel park.
Okay. Noted.
All right. I mean, in my car, like I said, I'm a boss. That's why I bought a car with a backup camera. Easy peasy.
Bought a cheat code. Okay. You bought paid DLC.
I got that Game Genie on there. All right. That's it for questions this week. So if you want to write in your questions, you can, like we've talked about in the past, DM us anywhere, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or if you join our Discord, it's supergamerboys.com/Discord. We have a blast over there talking about games, making fun of each other, mostly me.
Just make sure you send it to either me or Garrett because JJ will not get it.
Yeah, don't send anything to JJ. He doesn't check social media. But yeah, join it. Either DM us on social media, join our Discord, and get those questions for next show over to us. Now, it is time for the nerdy nudes.
It's now time for the nerdy nudes.
Perfect. I love it. Thanks for playing along, Adrian.
Of course.
Picking up. Oh, by the way, JJ's not here. I realized we haven't talked about that at all. Screw that guy.
We waited this long.
We're 43 minutes into the stream and we're just like, oh, by the way.
We forgot about him.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
That
was good.
That's amazing. That is so amazing. I don't know how I don't know how we forgot about him. I mean, if he's around, he doesn't.
Okay. All right, let's go.
Right. Yeah, no, BT Dubs, no JJ today, in case you were wondering. That's why we're getting through some stuff here.
Woo.
All right, here's the big news story of the day. Everyone's stoked about, especially us. Now, we've been both. We've been pretty harsh critics on Halo because
with
we
fair
expect
reason.
we expect greatness from them. I mean, they've talked it up, and the game's been delayed, and there's all these different things that like, okay, like if this is coming out, it has to be good, right? And so the fact that it's been so long since any update, like the last update we got about the campaign was last year before they delayed it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. So we finally got Halo Infinite's new campaign trailer, and it shows Master Chief chasing Cortana. So kind of there you go. There's the headline for the Verge article here I'm going to be reading by Chaim Gartenberg. Microsoft has finally revealed a new look at Halo Infinite's campaign mode, making the first time the developer 343 Studio or Industries has shown the campaign since its initial gameplay reveal in July 2020. Oh, so even farther back, July 2020. The new 6-minute trailer shows off a lot of Infinite's new gameplay and systems in a short amount of time, including new weapons, new enemies, menacing bosses, and a new AI companion character that will be accompanying players called The Weapon. The overview also shows off some of Infinite's new open-world gameplay and RPG-style gameplay additions, which include optional bases and objectives for players to pursue and selectable upgrades for equipment. Set after 2015's Halo 5 Guardians, Infinite is the first mainline Halo game in over 5 years and will look to pick up the story of the artificial intelligence revolution led by Master Chief's former ally Cortana that served as Halo 5's cliffhanger. Infinite will also pick up story threads from 2017's real-time strategy spinoff Halo Wars 2, which introduced the latest strain of Halo's classic Covenant antagonist, the brute-led Banished. Yeah, there's not much more to the article here other than the game is still set to launch December 8th. The new campaign overview isn't just a chance for 343 Industries to give players a better idea of what to expect from the game when it arrives, but also a chance for redemption and to better sell fans on Infinite's potential after its lackluster first impressions. So, Adrian, after watching that about 6.5-minute trailer this morning, what are your thoughts now?
Let me tell you something. I love in this context that you and we were wrong. It looks 100 times. I mean, it's almost a total 180 from the last thing that we saw. It looked so rough in that trailer from, what was it? You said July last year?
Mm-hmm.
It was not looking, I mean, the concept was there, but they definitely.
Not even.
You don't think so?
So I feel like, honestly, this feels like almost a completely different game. Like that slice that they showed felt like.
Well, I mean, the idea of it being an open world.
And that's what I'm saying, though.
That foundation was there.
I guess to me, it felt very linear. Like to me, I was like, oh, I could almost see this being like a Halo 3 level. Like, because that's the last Halo game I played, Halo 3 and then ODST. I was like, it felt very small in scope to an extent, like, or like almost linear, where this trailer very clearly showed off, and yeah, I think it's where you're going to get at, like huge open world elements. Like you see the map screen and you're flying around and jumping around. But yeah, that's interesting that you felt like even that first one felt big, because to me, the first one didn't really show that off that well.
I'm not saying it felt big. I'm just saying that it showed that they were trying to achieve an open world play style for this one.
Yeah.
I am ecstatic that it looks like there is finally a game coming that is going to push my Series X. I guess Phil Spencer finally said, you know what? We're making an Xbox One version and we're making an Xbox Series version. We're just not going to say we are. We'll put it all under the same umbrella when we sell it. But there is no way, with the fidelity and the draw distance and all the things happening on screen, that this version and the Xbox One version are going to be at parity.
They haven't said otherwise, but I agree with you, but they haven't said otherwise.
I mean, you'll definitely probably get the core experience, but all the flourishes and effects and all that different kind of stuff.
Yeah, it looks...
Maybe on a 1X, you might get by, but yeah, I think this is finally something that's going to make the Series X sweat. And this is what I've been waiting for since pretty much the launch of it. So
yeah,
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, everything looks a lot better. The character models definitely got a huge upgrade. There's no more, what's the internet calling him, Craig?
No more Craig.
Yeah, there's no more Craig. There's no more stupid looking AI or slow, primitive looking AI. Everything seems to be functioning as if it were a living, thriving ecosystem, or it's an actual threat to you. I dig the upgrade system. I just hope that it's meaningful upgrades and not, you spend these upgrade points for, you get a 0.2 second faster dash, or something like that. So I want it to actually be things worth upgrading to. And I think that I'm not 100% positive, but I'm thinking that they upgraded a lot of the cutscenes that we saw from the last time we saw him too. Because I saw some pictures floating around.
Yeah.
And the chief model that we saw, you know, when they first turn it on and his suit is like inactive, it looks like super clean and super like it could have been right out of Halo 1, but in the new screenshots it looks worn and dirty, and the pieces look, you know, scratched and chipped and different and old. You know, like how somebody who has been wearing the last armor for the armor for the last however many years and is an old Spartan compared to the new ones would look. So I'm really digging they needed that extra year, and they definitely took it and they used it, and it shows in both the multiplayer and the single player. So if this turns out to be as good as it looks, we could be looking at 9s and 10s across the board for this game.
Yeah.
So, but that all depends on the content of the story. We only saw, you know, maybe the very edges and the iceberg of it, if it's as big as they say. So we'll have to see.
Right. It
could look good all day, but if there's not a good story in the campaign, it's all for nothing.
Right. Now, do you think it still holds up those 8s, 9s, 10s, even not having, now remember, it doesn't have co-op campaign at the beginning, and it also doesn't have Forge mode.
Those are personal docs for me, but that is, I think the bigger doc is the lack of Forge. I feel like I can get over the co-op campaign. I know a lot of people, it's tradition for them to do the campaign together, and that is unfortunate. But at the same time, I would rather have a solid experience overall than for them to have to split their time and their teams up to make the co-op work and to make Forge work out the door. Should they have been able to get it done? Yeah, but it's not the same ability and it's not the same schedule for every team. So the fact that they're getting out, I would rather have the better campaign than have the lesser campaign with more stuff jammed into it. So I can wait for the Forge. Let's make sure the core foundation game is good first, and then we could put the other pieces on top.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Now, wasn't there something else that they were going to be not going to have at launch too? Like ray tracing or something like that?
Man, ray tracing is like
overrated.
At least right now. Because it affects the performance of games so much. I think Spider-Man runs at half the frame rate if you turn ray tracing on. I'm cool. Give me my 60.
Yeah, no, 100%. I actually was dabbling in Miles Morales on PS5, Spider-Man Miles Morales, and that has the option for it. And I turned on for a little bit, but after a little bit, I'm like, okay, yeah, it looks nice, but it still looks really nice in performance mode. And at least in performance, I'm getting a solid 60 FPS. So
exactly. That's what I care about.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's see here. Just double checking. Sorry, having some technical difficulties here real quick. And
I got a vamp. What can I? Oh, okay, good.
No, we're good. We're good. I think we're good. No, for some reason I'm getting a call from JJ right now. I don't know why. I'm in the middle of a show.
Did he hear us talking about him?
Do you hear us talking smack? Is that what's going on here? For me, Halo looks incredible. This is exactly what we were looking for, what we were hoping for, what we were wanting. And I'm glad. I'm glad that we were wrong. Like a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, you were wrong. You thought it was gonna get delayed." No. It's like, good. I'm glad we were wrong. Yeah,
this is the best. Right, this is the best. I wanted to that we could have gotten.
We were just worried because we like we just read in the article. We hadn't heard anything since July of 2020 about the campaign. And so, of course, we were worried. It got delayed, and it's been radio silent. So it's like it's been over a year since we heard about the campaign mode. So yes, we're worried. So I'm glad at this point, it's still coming out December 8th, and it looks amazing. And I'm glad it's coming to Game Pass because I'm going to play it on PC. It's going to be freaking awesome. I'm so excited for this. I'm glad they showed it off. And yeah, like you were saying, it does look so much better. Like, it looked great before, mostly. But this actually looks like, this is a
feels
Series
like,
X game.
Yeah, this is a next-gen Halo game. Yes.
Yeah, this is finally like they're hitting that mark. It's like, okay, this is cool. I am enjoying that. Enjoying that for sure. So, and the upgrade system, like, honestly, yeah, like you were saying, hopefully it's not little menial, stupid things, but it's just kind of a cool new addition. Like, and I hope they don't go too crazy with it. I have to agree.
Yeah, I don't hate it
because sometimes, like, yeah, games can be like, okay, this is just an upgrade for upgrade's sake, but yeah, as long as they're like meaningful, fun upgrades, like, dude, this is gonna be fun. Like, I feel like if they can pull off the open world like Far Cry feel, but good. And with Halo, like, then
but good,
then awesome, great. Like, give me a good open world game with Halo, like, dude, it's pretty sick. Cool. Do you have any other last thoughts here before we move on? But
no, not really. Just looking forward to it now. We only got a month and some change.
Yeah, like a month and like, what's that? About 5 weeks, 6 weeks, something like that. Coming up quick. It's going to be fun.
I'm ready.
Let's do it. All right. Next news story. New Splinter Cell reportedly in development. So this is a headline we've definitely seen before because there's always speculation. There's always speculation. But here it is from Polygon. Owen S. Good over there writes, a mainline console and PC title for Ubisoft Splinter Cell series is in development, reports Video Game Chronicle. The news comes right as a demoralized community of Tom Clancy fans practically downvoted Ubisoft's free-to-play Ghost Recon into a delay. I had no idea about that. That Ghost Recon game that we bashed on a couple weeks ago or last or whatever it was.
Everybody knows it sucks. Let's go.
People hated on it so bad. Ubisoft delayed it. They're just like,
good.
We're going back to the drawing board with this.
Definitely.
Oh my gosh. I had no idea until I read this article. I'm like, geez, the power of the internet, huh? Video Games Chronicle sourced its report to two unnamed persons with knowledge of Ubisoft's plans. Lead development on the Splinter Cell game is being handled by a studio rather than Ubisoft Montreal, which developed the first of 7 games in the nearly 20-year-old series. Three of the others, Ubisoft Toronto handled the most recent 2013 Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Blacklist for PS3, Wii U, and Windows PC and 360. Oof. There's a small chance the Splinter Cell game could be announced next year, VGC said. Polygon has reached out to Ubisoft representative for comment. In early October, Ubisoft announced Tom Clancy Ghost Recon Frontline. So this is the one that we talked about a couple weeks ago on the show. 100-player free-to-play shooter would delay a closed technical test that had been scheduled for October 14th. Ubisoft's statement gave no reason for the delay, but the publisher had to have noticed the extreme disappointment expressed in community spaces like the Ghost Recon subreddit and the announcement video's YouTube comments. Reaction to the free-to-play shooters, Tom Clancy's The Division Heartland, a follow-on to The Division, and X-Defiant. Remember that one too? X-Defiant?
Oh, Crossfire. Old Crossfire.
Old Crossfire. A mashup of 3 Tom Clancy series, including Splinter Cell, likewise drew complaints that Ubisoft was not listening to fans and their pent-up demand for Splinter Cell. A comment to investors in May that the company was prioritizing development on free-to-play adaptations of the company's highest-profile series didn't help Ubisoft's image with fans either. So after years of literally just taking a dump on all their fans, on all the fans of these series, finally Ubisoft is like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't see you standing there. Oh,
Oops.
You don't want me to do that? Oh, okay, I'll stop. Maybe.
You want some
we'll
Tom
see.
Clancy? You want some Splinter Cell?"
Oh my gosh. So yeah, there's not much more to the news other than just rumors and speculation. Apparently the sources are well known within the industry to kind of know these things, but I hope it's true. I hope Ubisoft finally sees the light and they're like, "Oh, that's what you've been asking? Oh, okay." And then they just give us because it's been years of kind of bad games from Ubisoft. It'd be cool if we get kind of 5 years of bad and now 5 years of good. How cool that'd be. You get awesome Splinter Cell, an awesome new Ghost Recon, an awesome Assassin's Creed, maybe a fresh new take on Far Cry, you know, like all this stuff.
Keep the Rabbids game good.
Yeah, bring back Rabbids, which was freaking amazing.
Well, they're doing that. That's what I'm saying. Switch? Just continue to keep them good.
Yeah, dude. But I want like the original Rabbids on Switch, like the original like.
Can we get a new Rayman?
Rayman, like the Raving Rabbids
either
game.
2D or 2D or 3D. Can we get a new one of those? It's been a minute.
Rayman's so good. Heck yeah.
They were on a roll with 2 of them and then they just stopped.
Yeah. So at this point, it's like, take this with a grain of salt, but I really hope it's true. Like Splinter Cell would be so amazing. Although just last show, I did say, hey, why didn't anyone tell me about Hitman? This game's like Splinter Cell. You know, it's really good.
I'm really stoked that they're not directly doing it. I know Ubisoft Montreal did the original one, but at least now there's they didn't name the studio that's doing it in the article, did they?
No, that's the weird thing. It just says it's not being done by Ubisoft Montreal or Ubisoft Toronto.
Okay, then that's probably for the best, because Ubisoft Prime or what do they call it? The Integral Studios, they're not firing on all cylinders. So I'd rather have an independent, not independent in the sense of independent for, they're not associated with Ubisoft, but somebody who's just doing their own thing. And Ubisoft contracts them to make the Splinter Cell. I'd rather that happen because they don't have all the internal politics and design standards and all that different kind of stuff that we don't like that Ubisoft has right now. So I'm interested to see what they come up with in regards to the future of, are they going to do a reboot? Are they going to keep the story going? What are we working with here? Is this a whole new Splinter Cell? Like, is Sam an old man and he's training the next generation? There's a lot of ways you can go with this. So
yeah, like there's something about Sam Fisher. Like I love his character. Like I know games, like it gets to a point where like obviously game characters have to like grow up someday. Like time does go on in those games, so like they have to age up. But as much as I would hate a reboot, I also love the Sam Fisher character, so I'd love to like go back and just like, okay, or even if there's a way to like retcon in another like story, like, hey, here's another adventure he went on that you never knew about or something. Like, I don't know, because I don't know if it would be the same without Sam Fisher. Like
Splinter Cell Golden Abyss.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. There's a certain feel with especially what's his name? Ironsides. What's his first name? The guy who does the voice. Isn't his last name
Michael Ironside?
Michael Ironside. Yeah. He, like, his voice is so fantastic. That character is so fantastic. I just feel like that is kind of part of Splinter Cell, is having him in it. So I would almost hope either it's a reboot, or at the very least he still plays a prominent role and like maybe working alongside like a new next generation or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. You know how I said JJ was calling me? He also texts me. He says, "No show? ? I'm home now." What is he talking about?
No, he didn't.
He did.
He's the one that told us he wasn't going to be here.
First of all, we are doing a show. It's live on twitch.tv/the Super Gamer Boys. Get with it, JJ. Follow us. Turn on those notifications so you know when we go live. Also,
wink.
Yeah, wink. Also, good for you. You're home. Yeah, we're doing a show. We're halfway done. Yeah. So
thanks a lot.
Forget about it. Get out of here. Can't believe that guy. Drives me
Where's the show? That's a tall tale that he didn't know that there wasn't a show tonight. There you go. See, you still got your segment.
Yeah, you got your segment in there. Tall Tales of JJ. There you go. Oh, jeez, what a loser, huh? Man, he's something. I love you, JJ. Sorta. Yeah, mostly. Yeah, so there you go. There's the update from Ubisoft. I feel like the last few weeks we've been really bagging on them, but
they've deserved it.
They've really brought it on themselves, honestly. This next news story comes from IGN, written by Dro Screbbles. He writes, God of War coming to PC in January. That's right. You heard it right. That PlayStation exclusive God of War coming to PC. So 2018's God of War is on the way to PC.
Former PlayStation exclusive.
Arriving for Steam and Epic Game Store on January 14th. It's available for pre-order now for $49.99 US. Steam and Epic Game Store listings for the game appeared today. That was October 20th, adding that the game has enhanced visuals, unlocked frame rates, 4K resolution options, and NVIDIA DLSS and reflex support. The game will support multiple controllers as well as mouse and keyboard, and will include 21:9 ultra-wide screen support. Oh man, that game would be gorgeous in ultra-wide. Exact PC specifications have not been announced. Sony subsequently confirmed the release on the PS blog with Sony Santa Monica's Grace.
They confirmed it with Santa. Hey, Santa Claus.
Yeah, but Santa.
How you feel about that new God of War?
With Santa Monica's Grace or Lady.
More Kratos. And what do you want, Atreus?
Oh my gosh, I want a new bow. Our primary goal when bringing God of War to PC was to highlight the exceptional content the team created and leverage the powerful hardware that the platform offers to create a uniquely breathtaking and high-performance version of the game. Orlady added more details about the game's visuals, saying it includes a wide range of graphical presets and options so you can fine-tune your visual experience based on your setup. From higher-resolution shadows and improved screen space reflections to enhancements to the ambient occlusion pipeline with GTAO and SSDO, God of War on the PC can create striking visual quality unique to the platform. PC versions also include bonus content, Death's Vow armor sets for Kratos and Atreus, Exile's Guardian shield skin, Buckler of the Forge shield skin, Shining Elven Soul shield skin, and the Dolkenschilder shield skin. So there you go. God of War, another PlayStation exclusive, coming to PC. I can't be any more excited about it. Again, I'm probably not going to play it on PC. I've already played on PS4. I can play it on my PS5 now. It looks great, feels great. But for me, I love that more people get to play this game.
See, and that's what I was going to hop on, is because I've seen a whole lot of weirdos on social media that are like, oh my God, why is this game coming to PC? Sony doesn't have any more exclusives. It's like, dude,
no,
it doesn't matter, right? Like you should not be caping for that, for exclusives. You should, if the game is as good as you say, you should want as many people as possible to play it. Like, if you get millions of people to buy it on PC in addition to the millions of people that bought it on PS4, that bought it on PS5, that only makes the new game come out faster. I don't think you understand that. You want more copies of a game to be sold, because that means Sony sees, oh, there's a lot of money to be made in this.
People
so why don't
like
we pull more?
Right.
Why don't we pull more resources into it so that they can make whatever sequel that they want to make, and then it can come out more quickly than if something was on the back burner, like a Days Gone type of deal, or whatever the new. And I don't mean that disrespectfully, but or whatever the new IP that they're working on is. That's not coming out for a while. But when you have your flagship series and it's selling like hotcakes, of course they're going to want to make sure that the next one comes out ASAP. They want that ROI. They want that return on investment.
Heck yeah. And the fact that this has come out in January, I mean, we don't know an exact date, but I assume months like before the sequel is coming out. Oh man, it's either going to spur people on. So either knowing the sequel is coming out, people are going to be like, oh, I got to play the first one and go play it on PC. Or they'll play it on PC and then be like, oh, the sequel's coming out.
Wait.
I gotta get a PS5.
Right.
I gotta get a PS5 and play on PS5. Or at the very least, in 3-4 years when they release the second one on PC as well, then they know they're gonna get a ton of sales. Like either way, they're making so much money. But on top of that, I'm just so like, yeah. So from a business perspective, it's genius to Sony. Like this is genius. Like they'd be idiots not to do it. And from a fan perspective, I'm stoked because I've already talked about this. This game is incredible. It's in my like top 5 favorite games probably like of all time. Like the story hit me so hard. Talked about like just emotionally how it hit me. I love the gameplay of it. So heck yeah, get out there and play it. If you have a PC, play this game. Like you
do
need
yourself
to play
a favor. It's phenomenal.
You will not regret it. Like honestly, like if you regret it, then what are you doing with your life? Who are you?
Just so
what's wrong with you?
that everybody knows where we stand. Console wars are dumb.
Yeah.
Console wars are incredibly stupid. I want to play all the games wherever they are. It doesn't matter to me where they are. I want to play them, and I'm gonna figure out a way to play them.
I just played. I'm going to talk about what you're playing. I played the new Crash Bandicoot game on my Nintendo Switch. That's a PlayStation franchise for decades, and I played it on my Nintendo Switch. Like, console wars are dead. Like, console wars don't exist.
They've been dead for so long. It's so
long.
Weird.
So long. Yeah.
You console war people are so weird. Like, it's fun to make a joke here and there. Yeah. You know, like a cute little rib at the other person, just, you know, in the spirit of, because it used to be console wars, all that different kind of stuff, but. To actually mean that, to like go to bat or go to the mat for a company that sees you as a dollar sign is like,
yeah, you all need to chill out. Man. You all need to chill out. Well, I speak from my Sony cave, but you know, but I love Xbox. I mean, we just raved about like Halo forever. Like,
I love what the companies are doing. I understand that I am also a profit. You know, I'm a potential profit for them. I cape for development teams. That's who I go to the mat for. Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, they'll be fine. They got billions of dollars. The development teams, especially independent development teams, they don't. Yeah. Those are the guys I'm fighting for. Those are the guys I'll get on Twitter and argue with somebody about. Yeah. But no, big corporations, they're fine.
Yeah, they're good. They don't need my help at all. Yeah, I'm stoked. I'm excited. A new wave of people get to try this out, and yeah, seeing that news has got me even more hyped for the second one. It's like, okay, if the second one's coming, I got my PS5 now. I'm hooked up. I'm ready to go. I'm bummed I didn't get my God of War Ragnarok edition PS5 console, because I remember that's what I kept saying. I was like, when the God of War Ragnarok comes out, when they do the special edition, I'll get that one. But
that was in a pre-world where it takes months to get one, and they sell out in 2 seconds.
That was a year. That was before you couldn't buy a PS5, and that was also before Death Stranding Director's Cut was announced. So things change, you know.
Put all my plans on hold.
People change, you know. Some people grow.
People change.
I matured. I like to think I matured a little bit through the experience.
I've evolved as a person.
This last news story, I think you're going to enjoy, Adrian. Only because I've heard you talk so much about it. Grand Theft Auto, the Trilogy, the definitive edition, gets gameplay trailer and November release date. Written by Joe Screbbles. Joe Screbbles over at IGN. Rockstar has announced that Grand Theft Auto, the Trilogy, the definitive edition, will be released digitally on November 11th, with physical releases to follow on December 7th. The news comes alongside a first look at the updated versions of the 3 classic games. The 3 games include GTA 3, GTA Vice City, and GTA San Andreas. They have been created for modern platforms in Unreal Engine by Grove Street Games, which previously worked on the mobile ports for GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas, as well as the PS3 and 360 versions of the latter. The trilogy is initially coming to PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and PC via the Rockstar Games launcher. I love how that sentence started with, the trilogy is initially coming to these, as if there was other services it's coming to later. But
it's coming to mobile.
But then they went on. Is it really? Okay, because in the list they went on to like name everything. I'm like, what else is left? Like, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's coming to mobile. I think next year.
That's crazy.
Early next year, I believe.
That's crazy to me.
Is it though? Because iPads and stuff are running 360 level graphics at this point. You know, base Xbox One stuff. So
not power wise. It's not power wise crazy to me. It's more just like in my head, like imagine playing this huge open world RPG like on your phone,
not on a console or.
Like I just feel like that'd be weird. that'd feel extremely weird, but maybe not. Hey, to each his own.
Yeah. Fair point.
Rockstar says the games come with completely rebuilt lighting system, improved shadows, weather and reflections, upgraded character and vehicle models, along with new higher resolution textures across buildings, weapons, roads, interiors, and more. Draw distances have been improved, new foliage has been added, and surfaces have been smoothed. Rockstar has explained that all 3 games also feature quality of life improvements, such as updated controls inspired by GTA 5, improvements to targeting and lock-on aiming, updated weapon and radio station wheels, updated mini-maps with enhanced navigation, allowing players to set waypoints to destinations, updated achievements, trophies, and more. There's a lot there. They're bringing a lot to the table. And what I love too is, like I was telling you before the show, I was like, there's a screenshot here that literally, like, the water on the road looks ray traced. Like, it's like so gorgeous. It's so bizarre to see, because like the game does look much better, but there's still a very specific art style they're going for. So it still is kind of cartoony. So it's like this cartoony character with like this ray traced water effect on the road, and I'm loving it. I'm here for it.
I'm stoked.
But yeah, give me your thoughts, because this is a series that you have. You, as far as I understand, you've played all these games and have loved this series for a long time. I've not played any, as I admitted earlier in the show. So,
I've seen. I would say it's a pretty minimal amount of discourse, but there is discourse where people are like, "Ooh, this wasn't what I was looking for." This is exactly what I thought they were gonna do. It's literally the box art on the game come to life. I'm fine with that. Yeah. It looks great to me. It's so, like, I love that they did the wipe in the trailer of the original cut, yes, and then so to the remaster one to see how huge of an upgrade it actually is. Like, the amount of things that they put in here, the rework controls, the new draw distance, reflections, models, everything in this game has been touched and upgraded in some form or fashion. The only thing that I am still concerned about that they haven't said, which I feel like if they did have this secured, it would have definitely been a talking point on the box or on the trailer, is how much of the original soundtracks are still intact.
Oh, yeah.
That's the big thing, especially for Vice City. Vice City is well known for having one of the best soundtracks in a video game ever. So that's one thing I'm hoping that they come out with before they release the game, which is only in like a week and a half now. I think comes out November 10th or something like that. So that's my biggest worry, because all these games have fantastic soundtracks, and to take anything away takes away from the overall experience. They even had to do that back in the day because the license ran out. I can't remember which song. I think it was a old Michael Jackson song that the license was up for, and because PS2 games didn't have patches, they had to reissue an entire new disc that didn't have the song on it. So they had to do a whole updated disc just to take one song off of there because the rights were gone.
That's so bizarre.
It was that serious.
That they would make them do something like that too, because all those original discs are still in the wild. So if you wanted to play it,
I got mine.
You just play on the old. It's just so funny to me. Like back in the day, like, oh, we're coming out with version 2.0. It's like, but you can still buy 1.0. Like, I go to eBay and buy it for like
right
15
there.
bucks. Like it's on my shelf back there. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's so funny.
But no, they look sick. I can't wait to play them. I hope that they're as good as they look. I'm digging the upgraded controls. I guess it's because I'm used to the old ones that it wasn't never that big of a bother for me to hop back into that control mindset, but I'm not opposed to modern controls if it works out better.
Yeah, sounds like it's updating to GTA 5 controls. So
yeah, this is pretty much everything I would want from remasters. So they're nailing it for me. They got my money, no doubt.
That's awesome. Yeah, it does look great. Like, yeah, especially like you said in the comparison shots. Like, oh, they did a lot of work on this. Like,
yes,
yeah, it's not like photorealistic, but I feel like it keeps
for them to make it photorealistic. They would have basically had to remake the games. They would have had to be remakes, which is far more intensive and far. There's no way they would have came out probably after GTA 6 with the amount of work that would have been.
That would have been insane. Like, ridiculous. So I think these are perfect though for the feel and from the time period they're from and what they're going for with it. Like,
if these come out and they're as good as we think they're gonna be, I would probably just tell people to play these instead of the originals. I know that's heresy to some people because game preservation, all this, but we still have the originals here. You know, me and you and everybody that was there when they first came out, we know what it was like. There's still discs in the wild. But if somebody like a Garrett, who has never played the original cuts when they came out, because of modern gaming sensibilities and attitudes, I would tell you, just play these. And you'll get the same overall experience that we did.
Yeah. Yeah, if there's ever a break in my gaming,
you're going to want to make time for these.
Or I can, where I have some time. Like I definitely want to visit at least one of them. There's 3 of them here, and they're all very big games. So
yes,
you'll have to tell me which one I like. What's the one I need to play? Maybe that's my question for you now.
My favorite of the 3 is Vice City, but they're all fantastic.
Okay.
I would say go in order: 3, Vice City, San Andreas.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see when I finally have some room in my schedule. Right now, I'm backed up on. Let's see. I got to finish my Metal Gear Solid playthrough, and then I'm doing Kingdom Hearts, and then this. So I have a lot of games on the docket here. We'll see.
In time, we'll get there. They're not going anywhere.
Red Dead Redemption 2, I got to do at some point. Apparently, like I got all these games.
Look,
Last of Us Part 2.
JJ's got to do some give and take here. Okay, if he wants us to play Red Dead 2, he's got to show up.
Yeah, he's got to show up and not text me and say, "Hey, are you guys doing a show right now?"
Right.
Crazy psycho. He's a psycho.
What were you about to say? I cut you off.
I was just calling JJ a psycho. That's all.
Oh.
he's crazy. Oh man. All right. Well, that's it for the nerdy nudes this week. Now, it is time. Oh wait, you didn't have a book club, right? Because JJ, we were supposed to do another segment.
No.
Yeah.
So
we were supposed to have another segment.
I don't have an Indie Boys today.
Bailed.
We were going to start the rollout of, we were going to do the rotating segments. So one week it would be JJ's Tall Tales, and then another week it would be Indie Boys. So that way we don't have too much to overload the show. Lo and behold, the one day that he's here, he's supposed to be here and he's supposed to do his segment. Oh, he's not. JJ's not going to be on the show tonight. Well, no, I didn't make an Indie Boys. So you're not getting nothing, unfortunately.
So it's all JJ's fault then. So that's
means he's got to do 2 Tall Tales next week.
Is that how that works?
Yes.
Because I feel like the point of the rotating segment is that we already don't have enough time for everything. Now we're going to do it twice.
That's his penalty.
Okay. Sounds good. I mean, he's the only one who complains because he's 2 hours ahead, so it's later for him. So whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's his punishment. All right. Well, let's get into the Patreon ad. All right, everyone. So if you haven't already, go over to patreon.com/supergamerboys, where you can support us for just $1 a month. Starting at just $1 a month. Obviously, we have higher tiers, have some sick stuff as well. But if that's all you can afford, we would very much appreciate it. If you love what we do here and you want to get our episodes early and ad-free, this show, the main show, or our awesome Super Gamer Book Club, which originally was a Patreon exclusive, now free to the public. But again, you're getting that free one 2 months late. If you want to get the up-to-date, freshest episode and the back catalog that was season 1, hosted by Zetch there, support us over at Patreon, just $1. You get all of that. $5 a month, you get the show notes early and ad-free. You can see what we're going to talk about ahead of time. Leave your own comments, questions, concerns about the news stories we're talking about, the mailbag, whatever it might be. $10 a month, you get shout outs like our sponsors, and $15 a month, you can be a producer, just like our 2 all right, we got Toby,
who happen to be here right now.
Toby's all right. He's fine. Kajoma, he's all right too. But and you can pitch your own segment on the show, just like a couple weeks ago we did Tall Tales with JJ. That was brought to you by Kajoma there. And who knows, maybe there'll be more segments in the future. So support us over at Patreon. We really appreciate the love and support you guys throw us. And if you don't want to do that, but hey, say you have Amazon Prime, that means you have Twitch Prime, or is it called Twitch Gaming
Prime
now?
Gaming.
Or was it Prime Gaming? Is that what they call it now? Prime Gaming. Mm-hmm. If you have Amazon Prime, you have Prime Gaming, which means if you link that with your Twitch account, you can subscribe to us for free here on Twitch. So if you're watching live, or even if you don't watch live, it only takes a couple clicks to go over to our channel and hit subscribe, and then click the subscribe for free button. Cost you $0. We get $5. It's great. Win-win for everyone. So go over there to twitch.tv/thesupergamerboys. Throw that free sub our way. We'd very much appreciate it. And then you get sweet emotes to use there on Twitch of our gorgeous faces. Well, Adrian has a cool emote. Mine and JJ's are kind of ridiculous, but that's the fun. That's the fun in it.
JJ's is still the best. I don't care what you say. His is so good.
His this like dead ghost face is So good.
We've been abusing that this month. It's been worth it.
It's been fantastic. All right. That's it for the ad. Let's get back to the show. All right. Now, it is time for what you're playing. So, Adrian, tell me what you've been playing.
So what have I been playing? Let's see. How should I go about this? So things have they've been kind of crazy lately, and I don't know. I just kind of been all over the place for the past little while, and I just needed some comfort food. And I tweeted about it before, and I was like, I just need to fall into a Dragon Quest size hole and just not come out for a while, and that's what I did. I mentioned before that Dragon Quest 8 is my comfort like RPG. I can just get lost in there and explore the world and do the stories and help people out and travel with, the main cast of characters. So that's been the majority of what I've been playing recently. It's been a 3DS past week and a half or so. That's what I've mainly been carrying on me. I've been playing that. I've been playing the Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. It's a phenomenal Zelda game. It's Garrett, it's a sequel to the Super Nintendo one, the Link to the Past. Okay. It's awesome.
So is it the third one then?
It's the second one.
Okay.
So there's A Link to the Past that came out on Super Nintendo.
Right.
And then A Link Between Worlds is a direct sequel to that.
But isn't there Legend of Zelda also? So
yeah.
Wouldn't that technically be the third one? The third Zelda game?
Well, it's not a mainline game. No games are like mainline games. They're all in their own kind of deal. There's no the only straight up sequel is Zelda 2.
I thought they're all okay. Interesting.
Which is arguably it's Zelda. Somebody's gonna be like, excuse me, the timeline actually goes like so. Listen, I'm giving you a general idea, all right? So it's the NES Zelda, and then there's Zelda 2 on NES, right? Mm-hmm. And then there's Link's Awakening on the Game Boy.
Okay.
That's the next one after that one. And then there's the 2 Game Boy Color games. Oh my God. Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages. Those are the handheld ones. They're in their own little realm. But after Zelda 2 is when we get A Link to the Past, which is the Super Nintendo Zelda. And then so on and so many years later was when we get the direct sequel to that, which came out on the 3DS. It's called A Link Between Worlds. So that's the direct sequel to the Super Nintendo game. But some people, which is hard because A Link to the Past is considered a masterpiece. Some people are saying that this stands shoulder to shoulder with it. I don't know if I agree that highly. That's a heck of a comparison to make. Like I'm still having an internal debate about whether or not Super Metroid and Metroid Dread stand shoulder to shoulder. I'll get back to you on that one. But let me just say the fact that I'm even having this much of an internal struggle about it is speaks highly of Dread. So yeah, I've been playing that one. And then I've also been playing a little bit of Animal Crossing Wild World, which is the one that came out on DS. It's the one that came out right after the original GameCube one.
Okay, so DS, not the 3DS one.
Not the 3DS one, no. This one was a long time ago, but that one is, I would say, probably the last foray into old man Animal Crossing, I like to call it. Where it was you were part of the community and you just lived alongside the other villagers there and forged a bond with them. And yeah, you got to, customize things in your house, but it was all about communication and building relationships and stuff like that. So, yeah. So that's what I've been playing recently. I'm hoping to branch back into more recent stuff. I know we got our competition going on, but hey, if I don't, I'm fine with that. I'll live.
Yeah, which by the way, people talking smack in there about saying I'm basically I'm cheating or like I'm
Look,
fluffing my
man,
numbers a little bit.
where there's smoke, okay, there's fire.
We need to
If it was
publish.
just me, you'd have a case to defend yourself. But there are multiple people now in the subreddit saying that old Garrett looks like he's padding his numbers over there. So we got Zetch on the case. He's got the officials looking into it. But at the end of the day, your win might have a asterisk.
No, I know. We need to go public with the numbers. Okay, we need to publish a list. The people need to see the list. I am finishing these games. Okay, and none of them are.
Did
fake
I say subreddit?
games.
I meant Discord. You know what I meant.
The Discord.
You know what I meant, Kajoma.
No, so I played Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. I had bought it like last year when it came out and just never touched it. And I got it because I love the Black Ops. I love Black Ops 1. And that was pretty much it. Like I love the first one, but then like 2, 3, 4, they started getting all wild because they went in the future. I didn't like that. I like the ones that were grounded in history, in quotes, and like in the past. And so Cold War, when this was coming out, I'm like, oh yes, this is going back to like what this is what I like. This is what I'm looking for. So I jumped into that, and dude, that like they just have such good stories in their campaigns. I will preface this with there's still the ongoing lawsuit going on because they're horrible to their employees and terrible people over there. The employees aren't. The people running the show over there are garbage. And some of the employees I'm sure are too. But you know, it's one of those things where like I already own the game and I just wanted to get through this and play it. And again, I want numbers because at this point I was behind actually on our challenge, on the backlog challenge.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, beat this game, beat this game, beat this game too. Oh, I forgot about this one. It was just sitting there. Okay, Garrett, sure. You're not going to the credit section and just taking a screenshot.
No, I'm not. Even some of them have my username in the title. That you can see. You can check out my trophy list. You can check out my Steam profile. Whatever you got to do. Whatever helps you sleep at night. You know.
I said, we have top men on the case.
But Cold War, it had a really good story. I really enjoy it. Is it janky and crazy? And is it Call of Duty? Yeah. It does. It get kind of repetitive. Yeah. It's but at the same time, it's just a fun, junk food shooter story, like action story. And I enjoy those once in a while. That's why, like I probably won't play Vanguard now. It's coming out until next year, maybe even 2 years from now. Who knows? Like just because like I can't take it all the time, but every once in a while it's fun. Crash Bandicoot 4, I mentioned that earlier. So I play on Nintendo Switch. And this is hard to say for me because I love the Crash Bandicoot franchise. But I overall did not enjoy this game. And a lot of people were shocked, you included, when I said that I was like, no, this game's garbage. Let me just clear something up. Anytime I played as Crash, I love Crash. He's a great character. He feels good gameplay wise. It's smooth. The levels are built for Crash. But then when you jump into a level, this is it's been in other Crash games, but they really expanded on it in this game with playing as other characters. You play as Cortex. You play as, I gotta look up her name. I always forget it. Tana, that's her name. Tana. Tana Bandicoot. And it just did not hit at all. Like I did not enjoy it. The accuracy with Cortex's gun was near impossible sometimes to hit things. He's not mobile or agile at all. So these levels designed for a Crash. Like it would literally be a level where, you run through it as Crash and it's easy. And then you have to run through it as Cortex and like he can barely jump over some of the ledges. I'm like, this is so infuriating. Like this is so hard.
Now, Garrett, I would want to see you play it again, but play it on PS5.
You think that'll make a difference though?
I want to see if that would make a difference for you. I really feel like there's something in the experience with the Switch that is just not clicking for you. But I feel like if you're running it at full resolution, full speed, I feel like there will be a difference.
Maybe. If it ever,
I would say give it another chance if you ever get the chance.
Yeah, if it ever comes free with like PlayStation Plus, I don't know if I'd buy it again.
Or
That's
super cheap.
So the other reason I got it on Switch and not on PS4 is because on PS4 it's like a $60 or $70 game, and on Switch it was $30 or $40. I don't know why there's a price difference, and it wasn't on sale. That was like regular MSRP on Switch. It was like 30 or $40, and I was like, I don't know why there's a price difference there, but that's why I went with it, because it was so cheap. I'm like, of course I'm gonna get here because I have a budget. I got to stay within. You know, I got bills to pay. I got two kids to feed. But so if it's ever free on PS Plus and I get another chance at it, another shot, like I will. But at this point, I don't know. So not only did it not feel good playing as other characters, a lot of the levels did feel really good. The last world, I did not enjoy. The final world that you play in was a little funky to me. I'm like, even its crash is just like, oh, this is fine, but it's just the whole, like all the other levels, great. Loved it all the way through. And then it got to the last room, like, oh, this is a little weird. So yeah, I was just surprised because I really love Crash. I've loved all of them. I played all the originals. I played the Insane Trilogy too. Enjoy those games generally, but this one was just, I was saddened that I did not enjoy it because I really wanted to.
Right.
Of course, I played Death Stranding Director's Cut. That's why I bought the PS5, so I could play that. And it's literally the first thing I boot up on the PS5. And let me tell you, it's gorgeous, smooth as silk, plays so well. The DualSense is amazing for this game. But this game caught me off guard, and this is the one I'm getting all the flack for, is Astro's Playroom. Everyone's
saying it's not good. We're not saying it's not good, Garrett.
But you're saying it's not. But people are saying it's not a game. And that's the thing. It is a game. It is a full-fledged game.
It's PlayStation propaganda. That's what it is.
But it's still a game. It still has a story.
It's a tech demo.
It still has collectibles. It still has like, this game is so good. Guess what? This is my first platinum ever. I platinumed the game. I loved it so much.
Oh boy.
I put enough time into it to 100% it. I didn't even just platinum it. There was trophies beyond the platinum. Like I got a platinum. I still had 3 trophies left. I even got those. I 100%ed this game. This game, honestly, if I had played it last year when it came out, and I was saying this in Discord too, might have been in my top 5 like game of the year discussion. This game is really amazing as a platformer. It is an incredible platformer. And
now, you know, we have to take your word with a huge grain of salt, right? You know that. Just
Why?
Based off the lamp behind you and the poster behind you.
But look at my track record with platforms generally. Like that's not usually my bag. So the fact that this one struck me like it has is saying something, right? Like this PlayStation alliances aside, platformers are not my thing usually. Garrett,
and
so this,
you can have an excellent game that's a tech demo. You can have an excellent tech demo, but it's still a tech demo.
It's not just a tech demo though.
Every section of the game goes over what? Different parts of the PS5 and different things that you can do with the DualSense. In short, it is showcasing or demonstrating the technology, a tech demo.
Yeah, but a tech demo is like something that you're like, okay, here's a 15-minute tech demo. You're thinking of something more
clinical, like, press the trigger to make the thing go.
Or even like, here's a 15 to 20-minute tech demo. This game still took hours to play through. There's still tons of levels, lots of variety, and it's so much more than just a tech demo. Like,
yeah, I don't know. Well,
like, does it?
Y'all can tell us.
Is the purpose of it? Is the purpose of it to just showcase the PS5 and its features? Like, yeah, I'm not going to refute that, but it's not. A tech demo is reductive. Like that's just saying it's.
But
you're basically saying it's not a game. You're basically saying it's not a game, and at that point, and it is very much a game.
I said it is. It's very good. I said it's excellent, but at its core, it's demonstrating the technology. It's just a very well wrapped way of doing it.
Okay.
Am I right or am I wrong? Are you going to tell me that every level isn't something that is inside the PS5?
No, it is, but it doesn't make it any less of a game though. Your guys' argument was more like it's not that shouldn't count. It's just fluff. And it's like, why not? It's a full-fledged game that happens to demonstrate all these things. But like, I don't see why it can't still count as a game. Like they probably still,
I don't know.
What do you think? Still spend like a year's developing the thing,
Go tell Garrett how wrong he is in the Discord, or tell me how wrong I am, which I don't think I am because there's other people who said the same thing. But
Eddie said there's one person who said the same thing.
You can let us know.
Wait. I had 2 other people in the Discord say that the Star Wars prequels were good, and you're like, that's not enough. But you have one other person saying this is a tech demo, and all of a sudden that's a big enough sample size.
I didn't see how many people. I only saw people saying that it was a tech demo. I didn't see exactly how many. I saw in the chat as it went by that somebody said a tech demo, and I was like, "Oh, good, people are getting it."
In a discussion between me and Eddie in the chat,
there was other people that jumped in there.
I think Boba just made some comment about how is Garrett able to play all these games.
Kajoma was in there too.
Yeah. Oh man. Whatever. Think what you want. It's a good game, and I highly recommend it.
I'm not saying it's not. Again, I'm not saying it's not.
But you're reducing it to just like it's just some garbage throwaway things. Like it's.
I did not say it was garbage.
Like it's like the what do they call it? Like when you get a new computer and it has all that junk on there, like freeware or whatever it's called. I forget what it's called. Bloatware. Yeah, you're basically treating it like it's bloatware, Adrian. I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate it.
This is like. How should I put it? It's like when you get a Mac and you get all the Apple stuff, all the Apple software included for free. It's great software, but it's still packed in with the system. And it's meant to promote the features of the system and how you can integrate it into your life. So
yeah, but I'm not gonna say like Pages isn't a good word processor, or that it isn't a word processor.
Some people would in comparison to like OpenOffice or Word or anything like that because it's bundled in.
Yeah, those people are crazy. That's what I had to say. All right, that's fine. I'll just have to agree to disagree. But thank you guys so much for listening to this week's show. We appreciate all of you who watch along with us here live on Twitch. Remember to follow, ring that bell so you know when we go live in the future. Thank you to all you who watch on YouTube later. Remember to hit that like button and the subscribe button. Hit that bell over there so you know when new videos go live. And then thank you to all you audio listeners over on podcast services. We appreciate it very much. And remember to rate and review us on your favorite podcast apps. That way we can get found. And we'll go over to Apple Podcast. That's the big one. Get us reviews over there. More and more people can find us. We can go up the charts and be seen by the millions, the masses. Yep. Thank you guys so much. Also, for all you who support us at patreon.com/supergamerboys. Remember, if you want to support us, you love what we do, go over there, support us there. We'd very much appreciate that. Get the early and ad-free episodes. Also, sgbstore.com. You can go over there and get some merch. We got t-shirts, we got stickers, we got mugs, get some fun stuff over there. And again, that helps us, supports us here and there with the equipment. And we appreciate all the support over there. Supergamerboys.com is where you can find us during the week. Twitter and Instagram at supergamerboys. Facebook.com/supergamerboys. I am on Twitter and Instagram at gmorlang. Adrian, where can they find you at?
You can find me any and everywhere at Homeboy.
And you can find JJ somewhere, but whatever, screw that guy.
Yeah, but anywhere but here, apparently.
Anywhere but here. Anywhere but here you can find him. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got for the show. So normally JJ does his thing here, but again, not here. Well,
now if you're sad that he doesn't do his thing, you know where to direct your outrage. Even though he won't see it because he doesn't check his social media. Yeah. But just let him know next week in the chat.
Like, hey, JJ, you suck. Tell him that. Tell him that. I want everyone to come in next Monday and just be like, hey,
Just
JJ,
say,
you
that's
suck.
the first thing you got to say before
Boom,
you
boom,
say
boom, boom,
anything
boom,
else.
boom, boom, boom. Like, it's just a whole chat room full of like, hey, JJ, you suck.
He's going to be like, what is everybody talking about? I don't.
All right. Well, thank you all for watching. Thank you, Adrian, for joining me tonight. We'll be here next week. I don't know what JJ normally says here, but all I know is that I say we will catch you on the flippity flop.
JJ sucks.
Is that it? JJ sucks. Hashtag JJ sucks. There you go.